Welcome to Chamber Chat. I'm Judy Taylor, President of the Habersham County Chamber of Commerce, and thank you for joining us. Today I have guests from the Chattahoochee Mountain Fair, our Member of the Month, and from Tallulah Falls School. And the first guests are Matt Hayes and Tina Turner, representing the Chattahoochee Mountain Fair. Welcome, Tina. Welcome, Matt.
Thank you, Ms. Taylor.
Hey. I really appreciate both of you being on Chamber Chat today, representing the fair, of course. Matt, you've been on before.
Yes, ma'am.
This is an old hat for you. And the fair is just around the corner. And the fair brings thousands of people to Habersham County every year.
It does.
Matt, how many years has the fair been a part of this community?
38 years.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Chattahoochee Mountain Fair.
It has been 38 years, yep.
So you're celebrating the 38th anniversary.
Anniversary, yes, ma'am.
This year.
This year.
Well, let's talk about the dates for the fair. What are the dates for the fair? When will it be here?
Starts September 6th through the 14th.
So that is, okay, 6th through the 14th. It comes in on a Friday. Is that a Friday?
Starts on a Friday afternoon, yes. 8 o'clock. I'm sorry, not 8 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Okay. So it starts on a Friday.
Yes,
and you know, I know it opens like Friday night at 6 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am.
But that day is spent, I believe, bringing in fourth graders from all over the county.
Right, Children's Day. They have bring the kids in and everything beforehand.
Yes. Now, during the day, it's not open to the public.
Right.
That's when they bring in all the fourth graders from the county, and they give them some demonstrations about animals, livestock. I'm not sure what they call it, but I've always thought that was so good, and fourth graders can look forward to that. Well, we get a lot of calls at the chamber, and we're all there. The calls, many of them center around what is the fee to get in at the fair? What kind of plans do they have? Do they have a family plan? This kind of stuff. So, Matt, tell us about that.
All right, well, this year, you can check us out at ChattahoocheeFair.org on the internet to get exact dates and times and stuff. But 5 and under is free this year. 6 to 15 is going to be $3, and 16 and older is $5. There is a family night, and Sunday, if you bring in your church program, there's a discount for that as well.
That's interesting. Maybe you'll get some people to go to church just to get to be able to bring the church.
Maybe so, maybe so. Some of us need it.
Well, I know this is a multifaceted fair. It does a lot of things. But tell me, will there be livestock exhibits and shows all during the fair?
Yes, ma'am. Tina, would you like to talk about the horse show?
Well, yeah.
Tina, I know you're into the horses.
Right.
You're into horse rescue, you ride horses, you're a horse lady. So tell us about the horse show that this will be the first year it's been in a long time.
In a real long time. It's going to be September the 14th, and it's a youth horse show, 18 and under. You don't have to be a member of 4-H or FFA. Anyone can join, just the children. But they're going to see English and Western. They have different divisions. The patterns and everything are on the website. You go to the website and register for each class that you want. They're $8 a class. Fill in your application, send it in, and then you'll be pre-registered. Now, those need to be in before August 26th.
Okay.
Also, when you register, you get a free ticket for the participant plus 2 more for like mom and dad, or sister, brother, or whoever's maybe going to help you. And also, too, a parking pass, and we've got plenty of parking for horse trailers, and I believe they're going to use the aquatic center if they need any extra overflow.
This sounds so exciting.
I know, I'm excited.
Children are so excited about horses, and I'm just glad to see the horses getting back into the fair.
Right.
Well, Matt, the fair has a lot of different competitions in it. I think they're having, well, of course, a beauty pageant.
Correct. They do that every year, and they're having that through the fair. They're having cakewalks, Battle of the Bands. We're doing a couple different things going on as well. You've got tractor shows. You've got the 5K run going on again this year. They're changing the I guess you call it the course. It's supposed to be a little less hilly than it was last year. They had some complaints about running up the hills. So they're changing that around a little bit. Got bingo going on and the car show. We got a car show this year as well.
Like antique cars?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
And also the same stuff with the rest of the shows. We've got hog shows, cattle shows, lamb shows and goat shows going on as well with the horse shows. So.
So this is really, this gets back to the old-fashioned country fairs.
Yes, ma'am.
Exactly.
That, you don't see many of those anymore.
No.
When I was a child, we'd go to the fair and we'd see all the livestock and these things, but you just don't see much of them anymore. It's mostly rides now.
Yep.
So what about rides? What about what I call the carnival part of the
Right,
fair?
right. Peachtree Rides, they do have a new ride this year. They're not telling us much about it. They haven't mentioned it, but they are bringing a new ride plus their old one. So come on out and see those as well.
Well, what about live entertainment on different nights or whatever? Different groups.
There's some different stuff going on. Do you know a little more about that, Tina?
I know on Sunday, B-Shock Christian rap singer is going to be there, and I believe he was here before, and he drew a big crowd.
Okay. Will that be Sunday night?
Right,
or,
right,
okay.
8 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock.
Okay.
And then Jennifer Hart and Get Real Band is on Friday night, 7 o'clock. The Habersham Central Band of Blue is playing as well.
Okay, now if they pay to get in, do they get to see these things free, or is there an extra charge? If they get in,
It's the best part. Once you get into the fair, you're into all these events.
Right.
The rodeos, the tractor shows, the other car
the horse
shows.
shows. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, Matt, you said the word rodeo.
I
And
did.
I know the rodeo is one of your favorite things.
It is, yes,
So,
ma'am.
tell us about the rodeo.
Well, we're bringing the rodeo back again this year. It's the Hayes Ram Rodeo, and Hedrick Rodeo Company is providing us with the livestock again this year, so we always get great cattle and horses with them. So we're excited to see them back. We hope we get a lot more local riders this year. So, of course, bull riding, bronc riding are the two everybody comes to see. But the barrel racing I love watching, and of course you've got the roping events and stuff going on as well. So it's going to be fun. It sure will. And it's Friday night and Saturday night. Starts at 8 o'clock.
Okay, now that's Friday night,
The 6th,
September what?
September the 6th and 7th.
6th
Yes, ma'am.
and 7th. That will be the rodeo. And how do people? If somebody's interested in participating, how would they?
For the rodeo, if they're in the rodeoing, they're going to be in different clubs, the IPRA and all that. So they'll know where to go as far as that goes. To their websites, it'll show it. But they can also go to ChattahoocheeMountainFair.org and go in there and find it through there. There's going to be a phone number for them to call in and register. It'll have a posted day and a time that they have to call in between to do that.
So that's kind of true for any of the competitions, the beauty pageant or anything. They can go to the website
Yes, ma'am.
and get the information that they need.
There's a lot more people coming. There's a lot more singers and stuff coming as well that we don't have all the names, but yeah, if they go there, they'll see everything on
Okay.
there.
Right.
And repeat that website again.
It's ChattahoocheeMountainFair.org.
Okay, ChattahoocheeMountainFair.org. Our time's up, but is there anything just quickly that either of you want to mention that we haven't covered that the fair will have this year? Anything that we've kind of left out? You mentioned bingo. Is it every night or what night?
Bingo, there's 3 or 4 nights I know for sure. There's different groups sponsoring it. You've got 4-H doing it one night. Couple different other civic groups and stuff going to be sponsoring the bingo
Shriners.
throughout. Shriners is doing it,
yeah.
yeah. So
Because that attracts a certain age group.
it does,
Yeah.
it does. Everybody loves bingo.
They do, they do. And tell me, for the horse show, Tina, will there be a prize? Will somebody win like first, second, third places?
There are first, second, and third ribbons. And also on the livestock show, we're hoping to work on giving away bags for the kids and stuff
Okay.
like that for the winners.
Okay.
Like a goodie bag and stuff.
Right,
or
right,
something. Okay.
right.
Well, Tina and Matt, thank you so much, both of you, for being on Chamber Chat today. And I just hope that the fair is a wonderful fair this year, and we will pray for good weather.
Yes,
And as I said, thank you again. Please stay with us. We're going to take a short commercial break, and we will be right back.
Hear from your doctors at Chattahoochee Regional Hospital.
Any community that's growing like this community is needs a good medical facility for people to go to.
We have an exceptional level of medical and surgical proficiencies in the area.
You're going to get the same care here you would anywhere in the country.
Chattahoochee does offer a very personal touch, and I think that's one of the greatest assets of the hospital.
And it should be supported to help keep the community going.
This is Mitch Simpson at Mitch Simpson Motors in Cleveland. We've got one of the largest selections of good used cars, trucks, and SUVs anywhere in North Georgia. We've always got about 150 to choose from, and most of them are priced less than $10,000. Check out what we've got today on our website. It's MitchSimpson.com. Or better yet, just come see us. We're right here in Cleveland at Mitch Simpson Motors.
My life is full of statistics. Thing is, I could have dropped out of school and become one myself, but I didn't, because I had people that believed in me. Here's another statistic. 7,000 students drop out every school day. That's one every 26 seconds. It's time that students know that we believe in them.
Inspire a student and share your message of support at boostup.org.
Thank you for staying with us. Our next guest today is Jimmy Harris, co-owner of American Bag and Linen, one of our homegrown companies right here in Habersham County, and also member of the month, large member of the month for August. Welcome, Jimmy.
Thank you, Judy. It's an honor to be here.
Well, we really appreciate your taking the time out to be here with us today on Chamber Chat, and congratulations on being Member of the Month.
Well, we're very proud of that, and everyone there is very proud of it.
Well, when we were out there yesterday doing the recognition and got to see through your production, it was so impressive.
It's pretty interesting, isn't it?
It is. I was just impressed with it, and it is so interesting. So let's talk about American Bag and Linen.
Okay.
Jimmy, how long have you been out there? How long has there been an American Bag and Linen?
American Bag and Linen has been in existence a little over 30 years now.
Did you start it?
Well, we didn't start it. Jim Bruce, my partner, and I purchased it. It was a very small company with about 6 employees that was out in the country between Clarksville and Helen. And we've grown from those 6 employees to about 80 or 90 people working with us now. And our credo is, in the textile industry, we're too hard-headed to quit.
I love it, Jimmy. I love it. And also, being with the Chamber, of course, I do love to hear stories about companies that start in Habersham County, succeed and grow, and you've gone from providing 6 or 7 jobs to about 80 or 90 now.
Yeah, at our peak, we were at just under 200 people working with us there. But right now, we've got about 80 or 90 people.
That is just amazing, and we're so proud of you. Let's tell our audience where you are. You're kind of out where people don't see you every day, just driving up and down the road.
Well,
so tell them where you are.
Well, a lot of people don't even realize we exist here in the county. But we're on West Airport Road. And I always tell everyone we're on the Cornelia side of the airport, because there's an airport road on the Baldwin side also, and a lot of GPS systems will send people who are looking for us to the Baldwin side. So we're on West Airport Road, just across from the airport.
You're actually in a good, quiet setting out there.
It's very good, and easy access to 365.
It is.
441. So.
Right. Well, tell us about your premier products. I was out there yesterday, as I said, and I was just glued to those products that you're making. So I know they change from contract to contract.
Well, they do.
But tell us some about what you're doing.
We are subcontractors for a prime government contractor who provides sleeping bags. They call them the sleep system, for the military, United States military. And at this point in time, we're also making a Gore-Tex rain pant for the military through that same company. Those are our core products. And then we also have little satellite projects going on around in the plant. As you might have seen yesterday, we make the computer bags for the Macintosh computers, which is pretty interesting. They're like just a big roll-on bag that you would carry on an airplane. We make, I think we had just completed a project with a small company out of Atlanta making bandanas for dogs.
Those were the cutest things. Jimmy, everybody who knows me knows that I'm in the dog business, and those were precious.
They were. And we've got...
How many of those did you make?
We made, I think, around 1,500 on this first order for them.
And somebody was going to sell those.
Oh, yeah. they felt like they could sell them pretty quickly. So we hope we'll hear back from them.
Well, I think you should keep on making those and make some for Georgia, some for Tech.
They're looking to get it licensed, and I'm sure we probably will be before it's all said and done.
But that is very interesting. Now, tell me, I was out there yesterday and I saw a lot of people working, but are you in the hiring mode? Is American Bag and Linen looking for employees?
Yes, we could actually grow by about another 20% if we could find the qualified machine operators that we're looking for right now. We don't have too many non-sewing jobs available. We've got those filled, but we have the capacity and we have the demand to probably employ at least another 20 people. So, yes.
Well, if somebody's interested in working for American Bag and Linen, and I know we got a lot of unemployed people right now, how should they apply?
Well, we do all of our hiring through Econ. They do all of the background checks and everything, and they're a great company to work with. We've been working with them for over a decade, and they do all the interviewing for us. They know what we're looking for, and they will send us the people that they think are qualified to do the jobs that we have. And one of the things that we historically have had to overcome was the impression that the textile industry did not require a high level of skill. And it's actually, as you saw yesterday, it requires a great degree of skill. It requires a consciousness of quality, and but they're also compensated very well. So we're proud of that.
And you also said that you would train them.
We can.
If somebody comes to you with a good work ethic,
yes,
then you said you would train them. Well, let's talk about your role in the community, because that's part of why you are Member of the Month, the Chamber's selection. How do you view American Bag and Linen's Linen, and also, Jimmy, I know you are partner or part partner in some other companies too, and they help with your role in the community, but just how do you see your role in the community?
Well, we do take that position very seriously, and we feel like that if we're going to take advantage of living in this beautiful area and being a part of this community, that any opportunity we have to give back, we need to give back. And we support a lot of the charities, the Presbyterian Church Emergency Fund, Circle of Hope, and Grace Gate, and things like that. But we also, through one of my other companies, we're involved with Project Healing Waters, which is a healing recovery type fishing experience for wounded veterans. And we're very much involved with that in a very similar organization called Fly Fishing for Vets. And we support them financially, and we host events on some of the streams here in North Georgia for them, and it's just a very humbling experience to be on stream with someone who you wonder how they're going to get there. And not only do they get there, but they are very successful at it, and it's a neat experience. We're also involved with Casting for Recovery, which is a charity for provides retreats for women who are recovering from breast cancer. And believe it or not, the act of casting a fly rod is therapeutic for rebuilding the muscle structure after you've had surgery. And
I did not know that.
We host that event every year, and we're very proud of that.
Well, so impressive. And Jimmy, again, congratulations, and the best wishes for you and your companies in the future. And thank you for being on today.
Thank you very much, Judy.
Please stay with us. We're going to take another short commercial break and be right back.
This is Mitch Simpson at Mitch Simpson Motors in Cleveland. We've got one of the largest selections of good used cars, trucks, and SUVs anywhere in North Georgia. We've always got about 150 to choose from, and most of them are priced less than $10,000. Check out what we've got today on our website. It's MitchSimpson.com. Or better yet, just come see us. We're right here in Cleveland at Mitch Simpson Motors.
From around the world news to local entertainment you'll only find on Channel 4. Local people and local service from people in your community you know and trust. Windstream Cable Television.
No matter what the occasion or how big the achievement, everyone deserves an award. Look no further than Bob and Ted's Trophy in Clarksville. Trophies, medals, plaques, and more. It's what you need when you need it. Family owned and operated since 1974, Bob and Ted's has been rewarding the community for nearly 40 years, offering quality service at competitive pricing, all done with a speedy turnaround. Get what you need when you need it.
Thank you for staying with us. My last guest today is Larry Peevey, president of Tallulah Falls School. Welcome, Larry.
Thank you very much.
I really appreciate your being back on today. You have been on before.
I've enjoyed your show.
But when you've been on before, you've been talking strictly about Tallulah Falls School, a lot about the curriculum, a lot about the students. But today you're going to be sharing a very special trip that you have recently taken.
Yes.
Tell us about your trip. Start off by telling us what was the purpose of your trip to China.
Okay. We were invited to give a presentation to a group of 500 educators in Baotou, China. And I put together a team of our counselor, Bobby Hammond, and our director of enrollment services, Amanda Hendricks, and myself. And we did a presentation on education at Tallulah Falls School and the general update for them on education in the United States. And so it was a great experience, and they funded our entire trip.
For all three of you?
All three of us, and it was just beyond belief. The other purpose of the trip, in addition to being a speaker for their major conference, was for us to establish a relationship with some of the schools in Baotou. Now, Baotou is different from Shanghai and Beijing. Those are your major cities for commerce, but Baotou is an industrial type city. And we were the first Americans to visit many of the high schools and middle schools that we visited. And so everyone was wanting to take a picture, of course, with the Americans that were there, but we wanted to establish a relationship so that our students at Tallulah Falls School can get on one of the smart boards in the classrooms and talk with students in China, in the middle school and the upper school, so that we can establish more of a global atmosphere on our campus and also just increase the awareness of our students to the way students in China are thinking and just talk with them as students about what's going on in their community.
Mm-hmm. I think that is so interesting, Mr. Peevey. And there is no doubt that the world is flat now, and it gets smaller every day. You know, Thomas Friedman wrote a book on the world is flat. And when I think about you're going to China and things, and now you're going to correspond and communicate with them and bring them into your classroom, and they'll go into a classroom over there.
Well, we hope to work up teacher exchanges. We are developing a concordance table with our transfer manual so that parents and students in China will know what the equivalent courses are that are required at each grade level at Tallulah Falls School. Mm-hmm. So as they elect to enter our school as students, they know exactly what they will need to complete for graduation.
Right. Well, Tallulah Falls School is a very international school anyway.
Yes, it is.
But I tell you, Larry, I know that I think it was maybe your first night over there, or anyway, that you were hosted to a very elaborate dinner in Baotou, if I said it right.
You did, and I mean, it was just amazing. The superintendent of education there has a tremendous responsibility. They have 400 schools in Baotou and 300,000 students. And
I got to ask this question.
Yeah.
What kind of student-teacher ratio do they have?
Well, the classrooms were between 45 and 70.
One teacher?
One teacher, depending on the school we visited. But
I bet they were shocked when you said you have no more than what?
we have 15,
15
and they were totally amazed. We had a chance to talk a bit about what our relationship was like between our teachers and our students, and to their favor, I need to mention though that even though they had such a large group of people in their classrooms, because they've been doing this so long with that number of people, the faculty they had did a marvelous job of engaging students and getting them to actually participate in class discussions. So I had an opportunity to observe a number of classes, at least 2 with every school that we visited, and in every case they just did a marvelous job in every discipline that I observed. So they just did a great job. But to get back to your original question, the dinner the first night in Balto was unbelievable. We were in Inner Mongolia, and the superintendent of schools reserved a Mongolian restaurant just for our visit. And he had all of his staff, primary staff there, probably 30 or 40 people from the Board of Education, and then some other special guests, and then those of us from Tallulah Falls School. And they were just gracious hosts, and they presented musical entertainment, instrumental and voice, and they had dancers, and the most wonderful meal. And the superintendent was very, very gracious, and everything is very formal, you know, in China. And so he did his presentation and had an interpreter, and then I would respond to it with my interpreter, and it was just a delightful evening.
It sounds like it was. I can't help but wonder. You were with the teachers of 3,000 students. If any of those students were involved in any of the Olympics that was held there.
You know, I'm sure they had to be,
because they had so many children up there doing stage things.
We never talked specifically about that, but every school that we visited had so many different talented young people that I'm sure that they were involved in some way. And
you remember the opening night for it when it was held in
yes.
China, and it was just child after child up there.
And everything is colorful. I mean, they even, at some of the presentations they did for us, they had these beautiful native costumes that they would wear. And I mean, everything was just a beautiful experience. And frankly, I even was able to speak to one of their graduating classes.
Oh, you were the graduation speaker?
I was the graduation speaker at one of the schools. So it was a thrilling experience. They had 1,000 students that graduated. And of course, their graduation ceremonies are so different from ours. They're much less formal. And they had the 3 speakers, the principal, the superintendent of schools, and then I was a speaker. And so, and it was a very short occasion, but very formal in terms of the presentations, but less formal in terms of distributing diplomas and wearing caps and gowns and things like that.
Larry, this just sounds so interesting, and you and your staff were great ambassadors for the U.S. over there, and we just appreciate your going. And I usually end with a quote from this program, and today I'm going to end with a quote inspired by you, Larry, and your trip to China, and it is a Chinese proverb, and it says, "Each generation will reap what the former generation has sown." And Larry, you have sown some very good seeds for the U.S. over there, and we do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today, and we'll see you next time.